Five, four, three, two, one.
Manchester United. What on earth has going on with Manchester United? We played a game, knife was sharpened, knife came out, pundits was slagging our players, pundits was slagging Onana for the penalty and could never shut up for 1 week. This is Mick Ruby. Good morning on this beautiful Thursday, August morning, the 17th of August, and we are here to rant it up, to round it up, because there's been a lot of things been said in the media, and there's a lot of things that's been going on in the transfer market and whatnot, and Harry Maguires and all that stuff. But you know what to do. You see those fingers here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Please smash the like right now, because we are here to rumble. Are you ready to rumble, people? Let's do this. Let's go.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world
on Mufc Realist TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Jarvis, welcome home. We are talking football. We're talking Manchester United. We are back, Jarvis. We're so back, huh? We are looking ahead for the Premier League because we're playing Spurs as well. So, barring that, everyone had the rant regarding their performance. You know, I thought about it. We spoke about it, and I think, we just have to dust it off. But I think Jarvis has something to say regarding the overall PR tool, or whatever you can call it, Jarvis, the tourism tour.
Yeah. I found an article today, very interesting, on Man United supporter of Norway. It was on Norwegian, so I had to translate it on Chat GPT. But it has a lot of interesting point about the training and the tour, because for me it looked like a circus this year. A lot of preseason. I don't know if it's like for PR or for training,
Yeah.
because what the article basically said, it was United traveled over 50 hours by plane. They passed 26 time zones back and forward. They had 50 hours at least at the airports. When you sit and you would recover after you had done a lot of running, the bloodstream into the legs are not good, so you recover very, very slow. And all of this combined, it's not good. It's not optimal for the players training like this. So I beg the question: is this just a PR tour for money, or are they actually training to get fit for the season? For me, it looks like they're not getting fit for the season, and I think we
No.
could see that against Wolves, because
Oh.
Wolves, they had been 3 weeks training camp in Portugal before the season,
In Europe,
all
yeah.
alone, training hard, 1 hour time zone difference and back. So they were ready to fire in the first game. And you can see our players, the last 20 minutes, we were knackered.
Yeah, and you got a point there, because everyone that's traveled, especially going to US or to Australia, is a long flight. It gets into your blood vessels, and it takes time, man. It really does. I mean, I'm not gonna. I think it's PR tool, but at the end of the day, Jarvis, people deserve to see Manchester United. People that cannot come to Old Trafford, it's once in a lifetime if they come for a US tour. So the tour, I think it was Las Vegas, was horrendous. What I heard from the paddock crew as well, that was super hot, and many different. If you look at the States, it's huge itself. You just came from there yourself, from one flight to another, 4, 5, 6 hours there, here and there. So it does take a toll on you, right? Pack up, pack down, pack up, pack out, go, 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 go.
Yeah,
So,
and for recovery, after a hard training, you have to sleep to recover. But
mm,
if you sit on an airplane, you can't sleep, and if the time zones is differently, it's bright day when it's your nighttime, and you're trying to sleep, it's not good. So for me, nah, I don't like it.
I don't like it either. But anyway, for me, like, the first half, as I said, was just wake me up before you go, go, like, the Wham song. And I had my rant regarding, like, it was like working on a Windows 95, and there's Windows 11 out there. The levels are different levels, and
Mm,
I'm not going to slag the players, but I can sort of see that wasn't working. It was not working. Like, they weren't like me run. No, I'm knackered, man. Come on, like.
mm,
So this was a game we could have lost, but at the end of the day, like, I'm grateful for 3 points, because you got to ask yourself the question. This is my rant.
yeah.
Do you care about performance, or do you care about the 3 points, which will lead you up to the table? At the end of the day, that's what you matter. Like, it's the 3 points, according to my opinion. Performance will come eventually. Like, and this is the first game of the season, and the way I see it, remember, just take a memory lane back, flashback. Brighton opening season, Ten Hag's
Mm,
first game. What happened? We lost 4-1, right? That was not a good experience. So I take this 1-0 with a pinch of salt, saying thank you very much. We got 3 points in the bag. We move on to Spurs. And I know that the players there is going to get a belting from Ten Hag, and they probably did. They probably
yeah.
got some extra punishment. And we're going to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to play a beaten Spurs without Harry Kane. What they're going to do without Harry Kane? Where's the goals going to come from, Jarvis?
Yeah, we saw that Madison had a good game in his first game. So Madison is a good creator. They have goal scorers. They have Son. They have Kulusevski. They have Richarlison. So Spurs, they can still score goals, and it's strange when it comes to football, because when Harry Kane leaves, someone will step up. Some people are talking about Richarlison, that he will step up and do the job with Spurs. So who knows what's going to happen? But they
Mm.
will miss Kane, of course. 30 goals. It's not easy to be better than him. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, I
No.
see a lot of people in the chat, Mick, are asking about the Amrabat deal. So should we just
Okay.
like dig in and tell?
Yeah, okay. So here's the story, guys. Like, you that's been following this channel saw that we had an very, very exclusive interview only on MUFC Realist TV was my friend Alfredo Pedola. We had an in-depth discussion. Jarvis was also in the green room, moderating and chatting and stuff like that. So basically, it was very clear and crystal obvious that Manchester United, through intermediates, has already pre-agreed the deal between the clubs, meaning they have already negotiated the fee. Personal terms has already been agreed long time ago. Sofyan Amrabat only wants Manchester United. He rejected Liverpool once, he rejected Chelsea, he rejected Juventus, he rejected Saudi Arabia. He only wants to play for Ten Hag. And this is what's been told, right? So I find it very, very amusing that Klopp have, if you look at Jurgen Klopp, right? Has he lost his pull? His pull, Jarvis.
And well, he pulled his hamstring for sure.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. Ever since he's pulled his hamstring, I
Yeah.
believe that he's kind of lost his pull, right? So you've seen that Casado and Lavia both have told that I only want to have love and hugs, beer hugs from, Pochettino, from Pochi, right? We don't
Mm.
want you, Klopp anymore, right? So Klopp is now acting desperate, right? Because basically Chelsea snubbed them from the two main targets, right?
Yep.
They were diddling daddling like for a couple of millions and peanuts for Romeo Lavia, and at the end of the day, you snooze, you lose, right?
Mm.
So Chelsea say like, hang on a second, we're gonna take your main target and we're gonna take your pocket change as well while you're at it. So they're basically going to snub two of the main targets. So now desperation, desperation. Oh, who else is in the market? Oh yeah, let's go. But yeah, haven't you learned, Kloppy and FSG, that this ain't gonna work, right? You
Mm.
already spoken to the agent. You already spoken to Amrabat. You already know the answer. So they have probably throw back the answer question again. Oh, would you be interested to play for Liverpool? He said, I
Mm.
told you once before. No, only Manchester United. I want to play for Ten Hag. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And that's what it is. That's
Mm,
what it
mm.
is. So I don't believe anything what the media is saying, because at the end of the day, it goes what the heart says, what the player says.
Yeah, but when we speak about the facts, I agree what you're saying, Mick. And when we speak about the facts, if we make him wait for too long, who knows what's going to happen? Because we
Well,
saw when we made West Ham wait, and the deal with Maguire. Oh, I don't want to think of it, but
yeah.
you know, and or it could be the agent of Amrabat who just want the deal done, so he pushes and spread a false rumor that Liverpool wants him, so United will get
I
their ass.
mean, Mohamed Sinor would not do that.
I don't
As
know,
an
but
age.
we have seen agents do this before. Do you remember what happened with
Yeah,
Ronaldo? Suddenly, City bid for him, and then
yeah.
United. Wow.
Yeah. But they could be but no, if in general Liverpool has been inquiring to see like, oh, is there still a chance? He says, no. I have a pre agreement already with the United, 25 plus 5, 30. That's it, right?
Mm.
That's it. So what's taking so long from United's side is just formality. That is it. Because hey, I repeat again, there's not been a bid submitted. This has been like, negotiated by the intermediates. The reason per se what they've done so, because
Yeah.
their prime focus was too busy to negotiate for Onana. They got the first target over the line. They got also Rasmus Højlund. That was an intense negotiation. We heard that from Padola as well. And
Mm.
they in the interim, like they use contractors like intermediates to negotiate it, to come to agreement of the how much this that. So what it is just United to contact, and I believe they are doing so this week, to say the formality. 25. We sold Fred. We see what's going on with the what's his name, Donny van de Beek. It's XYZ. So
Mm.
money is there. Money is there to be spent and be triggered. At the end of the day, the window has 2 more weeks to be open. So I'm not panicking at this stage. Not even for Harry Maguire. Not even for Eric Bailly. They will sort it out, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you're that calm. Speaking of Liverpool and midfielders, Fabrizio Romano had an exclusive for 1 minute ago. He said Liverpool have submit a formal bid to sign Japanese midfielder Wataru Endo on a permanent deal from
Yeah, there you go.
Stuttgart, the Bundesliga. So they are trying to sign other midfielders, and suddenly,
Yeah.
what happened to Amrabat? Hmm.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is an inquiry. Why wouldn't you? It's a cheap, right? 25 plus 5, 30
Hmm.
million euros. And arguably to say, Jarvis, you can agree with me if I'm having my rent. Like, if you're paying 100 million for Declan Rice and you're paying like, 115 million for Moises Caicedo, it's crazy. That we did the show regarding this actually when we compare those three individuals, and
Hmm.
they were exactly like for like, the same outputs, even more better stats. I wouldn't say that he's an understudy to Casemiro. I think he's Amrabat is more of a box to box number 8 that can play in Casemiro's role as well, who's got that legs, who's got that intensity, who's got that tenacity. Because do remember that Casemiro is turning 30. He's got great
Yeah.
ability,
Yeah.
great reading of the ball and stuff like that. But can he run like Amrabat? So there'd be instances where they can sort of rest Casemiro and play Amrabat, or they can play them in a double pivot or a little bit more advanced and sort of rest what do you call it, Mason Mount, who, by the
Hmm.
way, got a lot of stick from the United fans, which I don't agree with, to be honest, right? Um,
Well, he had the stinker of a game, to be honest. But
he did,
when
but
it
who
when it
didn't? Everyone had.
yeah, but when it comes to Amrabat, I just want to say how I see it. I see Mainu as Casemiro's understudy. I see Amrabat as the first choice for replacing Ericsson, and I see Mount being backup for Bruno in an
Mm.
ideal world. That's how I also think Ten Hag sees it.
Yeah. Sharon Begley, like, big up for you. Like, I recognize you from Twitter as well, like, saying the player will not wait forever. And I beg a question back to you, Sharon. Like, if you are in love with somebody, right? You know that feeling. You have the butterflies. The only person you want is that person. And if that person promised you, wait, sweetheart, I'm going for a little trip. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Will you wait for me? Yes. Of course you would, right? You don't want to play for anyone else. You don't want to talk to anyone else. You only want to talk to that person that just left and made you a promise.
Hmm.
That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, like, there's a tradition, like, either you go for money or you go to play for you want to play for that manager, you want to play for that project like Manchester United. And that kind of, Jarvis, leads me back to another rant, which comes down to money.
Mm.
We talked about it yesterday, Harry Maguire. Yeah, duh. I'm saying that that is his agent. That is 100% his agent. I did a piece this morning about it, right?
Mm.
If you haven't seen it, watch it. 100%. That is his agent, Steve, that's leaking out the story, because that's a party pooper. That's a kind of little bit of a cock blocker to say. Like, I wouldn't compare it to a Frankie de Jong situation, because Frankie was actually owned wages. This is a guy that they want to force out. This has been a guy that's been sat down with his agent in front of the manager. The manager's told him, I'm not going to play you. I'm going to strip down your captaincy. Look for another employment. The agent has told him, nah, 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 nah. According to contractual, you're going to miss out some wages. Let's extort them for money, right? In
Mm. Mm.
principle, that is party pooping. That is spoiling the party, because West Ham had an agreement in place with Manchester United. Everything was sweet and dandy, medicals pending, all that stuff. It's the agent that is whispering in his ear, right? So you got to look yourself in the mirror, like, who are you listening to? You know, is it
Mm.
two persons in your life, your wife or your family and your agent, that are kind of whispering in your ear to, no, 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 don't leave. That's 15 million, like, mate, for 2 years. But hang on, I'm a footballer. I want to play football, right? So for me, you are putting yourself, Harry Maguire, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I don't slag players, but I'm an intermediate, so I understand how it works, right? So all I'm saying, in fiery, feisty, I'm angry, because I'm looking at you as a footballer. You want to play ball, right? And if you think you're going to rock up now to Old Trafford and be loved, I mean, people have their now right to boo you, to be honest, because the way you're behaving is not good enough. The way you've been speaking to the press to say, I don't need to prove myself. I'm the captain. I'm Harry Maguire. You know what I mean? So for me,
Mm.
that is a colossity of delusion, to be honest, and greed, right? That's my rant, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, listen to me, I'm saying there is still 2 weeks left in this window, even if it's not for West Ham. But I believe that is the agent trying to force the hand of United to pay up the 9 million at least, right?
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, this is the last window, according to FIFA regulations, that agents can make money. You know,
Yeah.
before they used to be able, there's a cap, there's an agency fee cap on 5%, right? That's the maximum they can earn. So they want to make money, 100%.
Mm.
But there's stories coming out also that, I think it was Aston Villa also, with Mings was injured as well, right? So there might be an opening there. There
Yeah.
was also a story that some other European club was also looking. So there's people with injury looking for a temporary solution like a centre back. But I don't know. I personally believe it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Yeah, I agree. I think we can still sell Maguire. If he goes to West Ham, that's I'm not sure about, but other clubs can come up with because I think it's only Premier League clubs who can afford his
Mm.
salary at the moment because of the Premier League standing. When it comes to salaries, we are much better than even La Liga and PSG and Real Madrid, and yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
I think
Um,
we should catch up with the VAR room, guys. For we've been ranting, people asking about, like, the Sheikh Jassim bid and stuff like that. That's still undisputed. That is what it is. Like, with Sheikh Jassim as owner, we would have Kane, Casado, and KMG now. I don't think so. It wouldn't matter. We covered this before. Even if you have new owners, the maximum what you can push into the kitty, according to the FFP rules and everything, is 50 million quid. That's it. It ain't gonna make any difference. And Milo Šmitić is saying that kudos pošto mogućnost da priđe u Ajaxa u West Ham. You saying about Mohamed Kudos being linked to Ajax, not to West
no,
Ham.
West Ham. Yeah.
West Ham, yeah. So that isn't a possibility, right? So
Hmm.
Mohamed Kudos to West Ham, we see. But I don't believe that, David Moyes, he wants to target, they said, I don't know what the truth is, right? I think the stallment of that is the agent telling Stalling to say, otherwise the deal would be done ages ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. You know, if you want to sell me your motorbike, Jarvis, like you say, oh yeah, I want to buy your motorbike, 30,000. Okay, 30,000. And by the way, for me to sell it, I want 10,000. Does that make any sense?
No,
You're
no.
taking a commission by your own sell? Come on, man. Okay, let's see. When we will complete the Amrabat deal, only God knows, and the agents know, and Manchester United know. And
Yeah, but
then I'll.
okay, I will challenge you, Mick.
Mm.
Sorry to interrupt you. I will challenge you on that. Can you give me an estimation of what you think will happen the last 2 weeks? How will this Amrabat deal will be completed? Do you think we have to sell one more player to have the funds, or do we have the funds already because we shipped out Fred, even for a small
I
sum?
think the following. My logical thinking is that our hands are full with solving this problem with Harry Maguire at the moment, with getting Eric Bay out the door. Because adding those two together and including Brandon Williams and all that stuff, right? That's budget, right? That's big money, right? We're talking about 50, 60, 70 million off the wage bill if you get rid of them. So I think they are so busy at the moment trying to solve that puzzle, and that is the delay, to be honest, right? I 100% believe in my heart, after speaking to Pedola, after speaking to the market, after understanding the player's position, that he will become a Manchester United player. It's not about when, it's about that we actually get him off the line. That is my standpoint, Jarvis.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I see Molin Patel says have some breaking news. He puts in the chat. Oh, I gotta go all the way down. Okay, and a little bit up. Here we have it. The breaking news is reports of Liverpool closing on a deal for Sofyan Amrabat are understood, but to be wide off the mark. Not expecting previous interest in the Moroccan to be followed up this summer.
That's what I told you.
Hmm.
What does it say? They are trying again, like Klopp is flirting again, like, oh, I last time I offered you a beer. Do you want champagne? No. I want a limousine. What you offer me is a Uber taxi home, Jorgen. I don't want that. I want be treated with luxury. Give me that nice champagne and chocolate and strawberries. And it's red, but it's not Liverpool red. It's Manchester United red. You Klopp, you got heartbroken the third time. Sit down. And people are going to rant now. All the freaking ESPN, all the pundits, oh, Liverpool's going to finish second. Liverpool's going to finish third.
Mm-mm.
Look, they have a donut hole. They inherited the McFred donut hole. They don't have a midfield. They don't. Okay, they have Sabuslai, what's his name?
Mm.
And an average McAllister, right? What about the rest? Right?
Yeah, they
I
have a
don't see
couple
it.
of youngsters, but that's it.
I don't
That's
see it.
it.
I don't see it. I don't
Mm.
see it. That's my rant, right? Okay, so another thing that I want to bring up, okay? Let's put all this to bed, because now this Amrabat story needs to be put to bed, because I think we talked a lot about it right now. So I want to talk about Arsenal. Knock knock. Arsenal. Listen, I apologize. My best friend is probably watching, Alex Gooner. I'm sorry, mate. I told you so. Don't get overinflated. Don't get too excited. Your performance 2-1 against, was it Nottingham Forest, wasn't the best. I don't think so. It could have been 2-2, to be honest. But the matter of fact that you bought, and I feel sorry for the lad. I feel really sorry for Timber, because that was one of our targets that we could have got, Jarvis. That was one of the Ten Hag's little sons as well.
Your sound is breaking up, Mick. It's on and off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now it's
Hear me
better.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically, Urin Timber was told by no other than Louis van Gaal to don't go to Manchester United. So what did he do? End up going to Arsenal, and I feel sorry for the lad, because he got a knee injury, serious ACL, out for the season. Is that correct,
Mm.
Jarvis?
Yeah, as the report I read today, it was an ACL injury. That's a knee injury. That's really bad. It's often 9 to 12 months. So, my estimation, what I read, he's out for the rest of the season. Sadly, for him.
Hmm. It's very sad. But also, who else is injured? The striker. I mean, we're talking about Jesus. Jesus that walked
Gabriel,
on
yes.
water. Yeah, they praise this guy, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. They invested what 100 million in a midfielder, right? Instead of going for a striker. They invested how much did they pay for Timber? 50, 60, right?
Well,
100
50 something.
yeah, something 150 for two players. That's stupid recruitment. One
Mm.
is injured, the striker is injured. They don't have a depth in the midfield. I don't see Arsenal, as I said in the pre-match prediction, to be. They will be in the top four, but with Champions League, it will be very, very difficult.
Mm,
You know.
mm.
But who are we to say? Because we played shit on Monday, to be honest, right?
Yeah, Red J, he says 6 to 9 months. I
Yeah,
haven't read all the details
yeah,
if it
six
was
to
the
nine
front
months.
ligament or on the sides because the knee is very complex the joint. So yeah, but 6 to 9 months, that's a
That's
tragedy
a
for him anyway. So anyhow, so it's not good for him
Yeah, but
personally.
even if you, even I never done a ligament in my knee, so but even 6 to 9 months, even Zlatan did that too. But he was a lion to come back, right?
Mm,
But that's the whole season. But coming back, then you have to get into training fitness, match fitness. I would say that he's out for the season.
yeah, yeah, I think you're right. You're right, but it's not good when footballers get long injuries. I don't wish my rival teams injuries. It's hard
No,
now.
I don't. No, no, I
The
don't.
Premier League is losing out now. Now Kevin De Bruyne is out, Gabriel Jesus is
Yes.
out. We have a lot of good players who's out with long injuries at the moment,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure why, but I think you see there's been so many games, and even in preseason they play too much games. They know there's no restitution, and this is what happens. So
Yeah, but
I think the Premier League and the Football Association have to take a look at themselves and figure out how they want to do this, because every team can't have 50 players available, triple for every position. That can't be possible.
no.
So yeah.
No, there's 2 points I want to mention in that point. That's tying back to what we discussed earlier, because both City and Arsenal played in US as well, didn't they? Right.
Yeah.
So that's the traveling, and they played on AstroTurf.
Yes.
That's very, very hard on your knees and your
Well,
feet
it's
and
not
your
the old
ankles.
astroturf like a rug. It's like artificial grass, so it's much harder than
Yeah,
regular grass, but it gets you injured. Yes, it's
yeah,
much
and
harder on
this
your back, on your knees, on all your joints.
and you can argue to the point that oh, Angie gifted membership, 5 membership, Angie, you're a legend, guys. Big up, Angie. Thank you for gifting 5 membership. You are such a darling, such a sweetheart. Thank you so much, guys. Please accept those membership, because they were going like butter. They will go like a frying pan on a butter, hot butter. But in order to do so, you have to click on the green icon on top of the chat to accept. The first 5 will get it, but you also have to enable you to receive the gifts as well, per my understanding, Jarvis.
Yes, I can see we have new members. It's King Stash with this big stash, and we have Dave Harrison, we have Abdi Cody, we have Nicholas Mai Tai, and Quad Sport Carl. So 5 new members. Remember to thank Andrew. Welcome to
Big
the
up, welcome to MUFC Realist TV. We are now building a squad debt actually, Jarvis. I think we have over 100 players, right? But we also have the league as well, to be honest, right? So thank you guys for supporting us. But do remember, this is a free membership. Once that month is coming to end, I think you will get a sort of an email, don't you, from Google or something to say
no
what.
on YouTube. It just make a
Yeah.
notification in YouTube.
Oh, okay, okay. But I just want to say that this means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Angie, because what you see here is the new setup, new development, new technology, and everything that you guys are donating, it goes right back into the production. That's what it is. And I have to still pay Jarvis a lot of Snickers as well. And postal costs a lot of money to send it to Tromsø up in Norway. You
Hmm.
know how difficult it is. Like, not even Santa goes up there. Cold.
It's too far.
So big up for all of you. You're magical. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jarvis. I lost my train of thought. What would you?
Yeah,
What did
I,
you
I
talk
have a
about?
chat here I wanted to highlight. It was from John Johnson also, but we can read out this congratulations to all those who got a membership. Welcome. Yes, welcome. But
Yeah.
John Johnson had something here about Timber. I just want to end the Timber and injury thing. He said, I feel bad for Timber, wish him a speedy recovery. Haven't done my ACL, but I have snapped all the ligaments in my foot. So, yeah,
Ooh.
John Johnson knows all about injuries. So speedy recovery, Yuri and Timber.
Oh yeah. No, no. I just want to tie that back in because Kobe Maino also played an AstroTurf in the first game against Real Madrid. And
Mm.
AstroTurf, I played the game. I know AstroTurf. You know, it's not like grass. You know, you put your studs down in and it gets stuck easily stuck. So I don't like when we're playing Astro. And big up for John Johnson. He's been a member now for 2 months as well. Big shout out to you. Big shout out. We've seen it all. We won the lot.
We Man
Yeah, okay.
United and we
And
never
we're
gonna
never
stop.
gonna stop. So yeah, so I'm all gassed up to be honest. And
I
yeah,
see, Nico has a comment on the injuries. He says all injuries comes up because of the fatigue from the regular season. Yes, plus a
yes,
lot of players played for the national team in the World Cup in
yes,
the middle of the regular season. This is the
yes,
root cause. So yeah, you're spot on, Nico. Very good
100%.
comment.
You know, that was the train of thought that I lost. And thank you, Nico, for reminding me because that was point number 3 that I want to mention part of the rant as well. Because part of these injuries that you see now is it, you know, I'm powerlifting, I'm going to the gym, I played football, same as Jarvis. Everything comes in retrospective, like, you know, everything
Mm.
that you've done pre-season and stuff like that. If you don't have a proper rest, injuries will catch up. Simple as that. Same with mental health, like, you know, it just hits you in the back of the brain and all of a sudden you're just like anxiety. Same with injuries. 100%. That was the most unprecedented, and I never want to see that again, Jarvis. I never want to see a World Cup in the middle of a traditional summer World Cup, not played in in the winter, because that was brutal, right? We played
Yeah.
literally. Manchester United played the most games out of everyone. We were in every cup competition. I think we played over 63, 64 games or something like that. And of course, Bruno played every single game except one, didn't he?
Yeah, he played over 6,000 minutes last season. He was the only player who played 6,000
Yeah.
minutes plus.
So even if you feed him kryptonite, he will still run. He's a
Well, but
superman.
as you say, it will catch up to you. So that's
Mm.
why I'm fearing. I said it before. We will see the Bruno burnout during this season.
Yeah,
Mark my words.
yeah. Neil Driscoll is saying that Arsenal paid 38 million pounds for Timber, and that's money down the drain for the season. That's money that the manager planned for, and I feel sorry for him. But you know, I feel sorry for the player. But do I feel sorry for Arsenal? No, I don't, because I only care about Manchester United.
Mm.
That's what I do. Um, Absolutely beautiful people. So Jonathan Borg is also here. Greedy shit glazes. I'm not going to say that because that's YouTube algorithm. John Johnson, big up to you for 12 months. Um, yeah, let's see. I got to catch up with the VR room, guys. Sorry for that. For you chatting alone. Jamie Wayne, forgot to mention you, Jamie. Big up to you, our little personal pit bull. You know, be cool and composed, Jamie. Woof woof. It's a bone fetch. He loves it. And William Connolly is basically saying, "Oh well, Stephanie, this is a point that I want to cover before we continue. That's the reason why we need a replacement. We need a Amrabat, or you know, Bruno cannot play every single game, even if it's captain. He needs a rest too, right? So I'm afraid. This is my afraid that one day we will see Bruno fall down, Mister. I'm not injury, legs of steel, right?
Mm.
So he needs to be managed properly as well. But I would say that Bruno manages himself very, very good. I mean, I remember this interview say, I have a very supportive wife. I take a lot of naps and I do recover during the day, and she lets me. And that's beautiful, isn't it?
Mm, it is. It is. Behind every great man stands an even greater woman. That's just the way it is.
Or, as jokes aside, behind a successful woman stands a man staring down at her ass.
No, it was a joke. A joke.
It was a joke, please. But that was a joke, you know. I do like diversity. I do, you know, I embrace people that are, you know, successful and going for it. And except for Harry Maguire that just wants to sit and bench and collect money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Angie has a question for you, Mick.
Yes.
Do
Where
I
can
get
I send it to you?
free Snickers, Mick?
Yes. Where to send me your PO box number? I'll send it to you. Okay, I think we rounded up the rant here, Jarvis. I think I'm out of Arsenal, except for one point, which we just quickly going to cover quickly. And I
Quickly.
think Green is out of the wood.
Yes, but basically what happened, I will just say my interpretation of the news that came out today about Mason Greenwood. Basically, they say we haven't made up our mind yet, and there's no new information. So we have had this discussion before, and for me, I feel okay. Everybody has had their say. So what's more to say? I will wait until we have more information before we can say anything about the Greenwood thingy. What
Yeah,
do you
no,
mean?
I had my say on that. It's been deadwood for a long time, and there's, I mean, if I look from a PR planning perspective, like this, we always said like it's too much to handle for the global fan base. Like first, you got to deal with the transfer market, close the transfer market. As soon as they have some indication, they will come up with the Greenwood story, and then after that will come with the sales. So there, good three things comes in three. Oh, what did he say? There's a saying like all things comes in a pair of three or something like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
basically. Your mic is a little bit high up, so you're breaking up a little bit when you talk. So
Okay, now,
can hear you.
can I say Höjlund?
Yes, you can say Höjlund.
Höjlund. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was stressing. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you good now.
Loud and clear. Okay, so
Loud and
so
clear.
basically, my stance on Greenwood is that I don't look at the person himself. I don't look at the overall. I look what's best for the club, and whatever is best for the club is what I heard. They're going to come up with an exclusive interview with Harriet and Mason and Manchester United, and they're going to tell the story, what really happened, what went on, and based on that, we will take it from there. Right.
Yep.
Until then, he's still a Manchester United player according to contract. I believe that Richard Arnold is the one that's going to make the decision. We'll just wait and see. But I have a sneaky feeling he ain't going anywhere. That's the thing, right? Because there's been nothing on the transfer market. There's no loan. We need strikers. We need firepower. I don't know. For me, we
Yeah,
see.
when it comes to the team, of course we need a striker, but do we need Greenwood? That's another discussion. But we will know when we have more information, and then I will gladly take the discussion because it has to be
Yeah,
spoken about.
100%. I don't want people in the VR to get emotional if we talk about it. As a fan base, we need to talk about it. That's the thing, right? He's one of us. He's red, right?
Yeah.
He's family. Technically speaking, he is. And he was always, you loved him before this incident. I mean, even if he comes back, would you still not love him, or would you just give him a second chance? Because I believe people deserve second chances in life if they come out and explain themselves, because we don't know what's the story. That's the thing.
Yeah, but moving
Jarvis, moving on up, moving on up. So big up to all of you. It's time. Unfortunately, the time is run up, and that is the time. But please let us know in the comments below if Manchester United deserves a second chance. Do you think that was a stinker of performance? Do you think that we are going to do better against Spurs in Spurs Stadium on Saturday? Do you reckon that Mason Greenwood will be part of the squad? Will you forgive him? Will you give him a second chance? There's a lot of questions that we need to discuss, but please, take it easy, be cool and composed. It's been Mick Ruby from Mufc Realist TV. I would like you to give you back today because we just have a say. So we say here, peace, love, and go banana. But right now we say peace, love, and we have a onana. How good isn't he? Please stay beautiful and like and subscribe. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.